When the Shawnee County Baseball Hall of Fame Selection Committee decided to add a member of the media to the list of inaugural inductees, it came as no surprise that the man they chose was one whose familiar voice defined baseball on radio in the Midwest for a quarter of a century. Tonight we are pleased to induct Fred White in the Shawnee County Baseball Hall of Fame.
Fred was a longtime familiar sports voice who served as sports anchor and play-by-play announcer for the WIBW stations in Topeka in the 1960s and 70s before beginning a 40-year tenure with the Kansas City Royals in 1973. Alongside Denny Matthews, he announced Royals games for 25 years, helping call 6 division championships, American League pennants in 1980 and 85, and the Royals World Series win in 1985. He also called basketball and football games for ESPN and other networks and headed up the Royals Radio Network and Royals Alumni. Fred was known for his kind and generous spirit and for his support and encouragement for young broadcasters, and was always supportive of local baseball in Shawnee County.
The award tonight for Fred's family is his son, Joe White. Joe?
Well, as you noticed, I'm not Fred White, so sorry I don't have all of his stories. But what I can tell you is that a lot of his favorite times were right here, his days with WIBW. I have to thank those times because he was given a choice one day when he was working there, and that was either go attend a funeral in East St. Louis or a Wildcat function in Russell, Kansas. He opted to go to Russell, and that's where he met my mom, and if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be here today. You know, he always told me growing up about the times he spent here working at WIBW, how great it was and how great the people were. And really the people here are so lucky because if you look at the lineage of broadcasters that have come through WIBW, it's really astounding. You have guys such as my dad, Steve Fiziot, just to name a few, and you got a pretty good one sitting in the back right now in Jay. And he does things the right way. They work hard and they just give you a good product consistently day in and day out, and that's all you can ask for. The other thing he did, he talked about his time here, was watching guys like Mike and Ken come up and obviously out in the major leagues. The rest is kind of history from there as far as his career goes. And baseball is such a different sport because you really do get this intimate relationship with the players and the broadcasters, and that's one thing when Dad was alive that he never really understood. And that was why did everybody like him so much? When he'd go to dinner, everybody wanted to talk to Fred. And I said, it's because 162 days a year, you're sitting on the couch with them, you're on the back porch, you're out, in the combine, wherever they may be. They brought you into their homes, and you really kind of brought them through that time. So the best compliment, which we heard earlier today, we heard a lot, was he made people feel like they were at the stadium with him. And that's really what he strived to do. So on behalf of my family and everybody here, we'd like to thank you for listening to him all those years. So make things nice for us.